Hello and welcome to Monday's programme. I'm Ellie Louise Ringe.
And I'm John T. Messer. Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. The MP for Bath has described the city's lack of a fully open police station as an insult to its residents.
The comments from Vera Hobhouse follow cuts to the opening hours of the police kiosk that replaced the former station in Manvers Street.
Hundreds have signed a petition calling for a so-called proper police station to be reopened. We'll hear the response from the Police and Crime Commissioner, Sue Mount-Stevens, in a moment. First, this report from Richard Payne. To other news from across the region now, and there's been a dramatic drop in the number of children being arrested in the Avon and Somerset area since
Police are appealing for the public's help to locate a man in connection with theft, malicious communications and breaching a restraining order.
Welsh Secretary Alan Cairn says dropping the 7 bridge tolls will finally remove a barrier between the West Country and Wales to make way for a Western powerhouse. He wants
More than 3 million NHS staff are going to be asked what needs to be done to make them feel safe and secure at work. The Health Secretary.
Next tonight, 2 SAS soldiers have gone on trial by court-martial over the deaths of 3 reservists on a 16-mile march in the Brecon Beacons.
Corporal James Dunsby from Trowbridge died from organ failure, while Lance Corporals Craig Roberts and Edward May had died from heat stroke after the training exercise in the Welsh mountain range back in 2013.
Well, our reporter Hannah Miller sent us this report from the Court-Martial Centre in Bulford. You're watching ITV News here in the West Country with John T and Ellie. Thank you for joining us this evening. Still ahead before 6:30.
And after us, the ITV News will continue with the national and the international stories at 6:30. Mary Nightingale has the details.
But first, John Barnes, the former England football star, is backing a new campaign targeting middle-aged drinkers. He's supporting public health. Next tonight, a survey by wildlife experts has discovered that hedgehogs are all but extinct in the southwest countryside.
There are still some in gardens and more urban areas, but numbers have plummeted by 80% since the 1950s. Experts say the destruction of hedgerows and the use of pesticides is partly to blame, as Ken Goodwin has been finding out.
Gorgeous pictures,
They
aren't
are very cute, aren't they?
Very, very cute. Well, more news in brief now, and a letter written by the Chronicles of Narnia novelist C.S. Lewis to school children in Gristleton in Wiltshire is expected to fetch more than £5,000 at auction.
In Wiltshire Fire and Rescue were called out over the weekend to save a dog that had fallen down a 40-foot well near Amesbury. Crews used... I'm groaning in my earpiece right now. Now, it is sport time. Carrie's joined us in the studio, as you can see. First up, Carrie, Cheltenham got a new manager today.
Yes, John T, and in the end it was no surprise at all, really. It's former Robins defender Michael Duff, who went on to play in the Premier League with Burnley. Here he is celebrating. Swindon Town have made a decent start to the season under Phil Brown and moved into the League Two playoff positions with victory over Morecambe. On loan, Forest Green remain unbeaten but have drawn too many games, with 5 of their 7 matches so far ending in a stalemate. Well, meanwhile, in League One, it was a goalless draw for Bristol Rovers, who faced West Country rivals Plymouth Argyle at the Men. Pirates fan Nick has been in touch. He says he's still waiting for things to click into place. And Bristol City women got their Women's Super League season started with a 1-0 win at Brighton and Hove Albion.
Matches that some losing streak. But Carrie, what about the rugby? Local pride at stake this weekend.
Yes, Ellie, it was indeed a second West Country derby for Bath, this time at home to Gloucester. They fought back from 21-7 down at half-time to a 31-all draw. The hosts... Meanwhile, Bristol Bears lost 44-23 away at Saracens, despite the reigning champions trailing 13-18 to the newly promoted Bears at the break. And that's all your sport. Don't forget, we want to hear from you about your team as part of our fans forum. The email address to send your videos to is on the screen now.
Carrie, thank you very much.
OK, following on from the success of Dorset and Clevedon's Broadchurch, there's a new drama that's starting on ITV tonight, and it is called Strangers.
Yes, it stars John Sims, who got married in the Forest of Dean. However, in this show, he plays a character far from living happily ever after. Matt Price has been to meet him. That looks fairly exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, look out for that tonight.
Well, weather time now, and Alex has joined us in the studio. Alex, all quiet on the weather front, but you're here to talk to us about hurricanes, I believe.
That's right. I know we don't get hurricanes here.
Thanks very much, Alex. And before we go, let's take a look at the main headline here in the West Country this evening. Hundreds of people. Well, it's goodbye from the two of us. I will be back with the late news for you at 10:30.
Now, they will hand you to Mary Nightingale as the ITV News continues. From all of us, whatever you're doing, have a lovely evening. We will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Bye-bye.